Vermont. On the surface, a picture-perfect suburban dream. Wide roads, golden maple trees, and verdant lawns. Most residents here are white-collar professionals, ranging from university staff to government employees.
Have a flight. Charles Blake III appreciates your support.
Excuse me, sir. Are you a registered...
Say, you guys haven't been talking, huh?
What's that?
Nolan Cassidy is down. Good work, 47. Janus awaits your attention.
Nothing at my position.
Oh, geez, darling, I'm so hungry.
Yeah, Doc, I know. But this batty guy is driving me crazy. Every time he sees me, he comes out and wants to talk. And the problem is he just won't shut up. Always ranting about that damn lawsuit against Janus and waving piles of paper at me. As if I give a rat's ass about their problems. Let the judge sort it out. What do I want?
A lawsuit between Janus and a local resident. It might be just what we're looking for. Batty lives in number 432. Janus is apparently engaged in a civil lawsuit with another resident of Whittleton Creek. James Batty, the plaintiff, wants Janus to stop his annual landing of a helicopter near the local creek. The lawsuit also mentions Nolan Cassidy and his unlawful surveillance around town. So Janus takes a helicopter trip once per year. I think we're onto something here, 47. 47, I think it would be beneficial to locate the unlawful surveillance mentioned in the lawsuit. Perhaps Nolan Cassidy's house would be a good place to start.
Hey, did you drop off the surveillance tapes on Janus at the house? Cassidy was asking for them earlier.
Yeah, added them to the pile. What a stupid system. Record the surveillance in the attic, bring the tapes over to HQ and review them there. The recorder is perfectly capable of playing the tapes as well. Why not just keep them here?
What, and risk the owners of this house suddenly coming home?
Cassidy is certainly keeping a close watch on Janus. I'm willing to bet those surveillance tapes hold interesting information.
Charles Blake III would really appreciate it. Voted for him in the upcoming. Would you like a flyer? Or perhaps, if you have time, I could tell you more about him. He's a fascinating man with many bold ideas.
Wait, the chairman of the homeowners
A recording of some sort. The note mentions another house. Perhaps Cassidy is using one of the vacant buildings as a base of operations, 47.
Oh, yeah. So, the other day I accidentally asked Janus about that.
At last, the actions of the first constant catch up with you. Death feels like an easy way out for a man like Janus. Still,
Drag me down to the basement. Stop.
Listen, I swear I have a license for it. I just don't bring it with me. You can't just confiscate my property. I need it to get rid of the rich.
Say, wouldn't you like to come out to the stand and join us, giving away all these wonderful muffins?
Oh, I'd love to, my darling, but I've got to do some sewing. Janus has a dressing gown that needs a few touch-ups, and he's getting anxious. Apparently he needs it for something too.
You seem to have so
A
many
robe
things
for
going on in
Janus.
the West.
What could he need that for?
Come on, the garden area is clear. Over.
This is not a drill. Rise and...
Keep your heads down, guys!
Hey, sunshine.
Did you review all the mail going up from Janus's house yet?
No. I got sidetracked by all the activity surrounding that politician who came to visit.
Well, I've got another letter that needs to be looked at before we allow it through. Cassidy made it clear that we'll have no leaks coming from here. I'll put it in the pile when I have time.
Got it.
So Cassidy withholds Janus's outgoing mail. He might have written something considered confidential in the past. Might be worth a shot.
Well, I mentioned your military background. That really got him going. In charge of the surveillance around James. Yes, sir. Understood. Good. I'll let you know when we know more. What can you tell me?
We had a guy poking around the backyard earlier. Claimed he was there to look at the frogs. Yeah, likely story.
What'd he look like?
Pretty sure it was that James Batty guy. You know, the guy with the lawsuit.
Pain in the ass. What was he doing?
I tagged him trying to peek over the fence. He claimed he wanted to see if the frogs were migrating further into our yard. I sent him on his way.
All right. It's not even the first time this has happened. Ever since that fool Batty discovered those frogs, we've had all kinds of idiots walking around in there. Now keep an eye out and let me know if you see more people.
Right, sure will.
A letter from Janus to someone called Zoe. It looks like a draft, and is full of explicit descriptions of how unhappy Janus is with Zoe and his sister having been appointed chairwomen of the Ark Society. Huh. I've heard that name before. This is a good find, 47.
Hola, compadre. Yes, I still have a yes,
Yes, I understand. You tried to reach me earlier. Ah, there you are, my boy. Yes, well, it's about the chairman's seat. I understand Frederick was overlooked despite my recommendations. I would appreciate an explanation of the reasoning behind the decision. Well, it's a long and rather complicated discussion to undertake over the phone. Your request was put in front of the partners and considered, but in the end, it was decided to assign the role to the Washington twins. The partners saw their ideas as a breath of fresh air. A breath of fresh air. They are fortune seekers, robbers of the past, focusing on glory and wealth and outlandish futuristic dealings rather than conservation. They are not representative of what the society was built for. I understand your concern. Rest assured, I will be watching them closely. Very well. It seems we have a lot to discuss when we meet soon. Agreed? Until then.
Excellent. This confirms that Janus and the Constant will meet up soon. I don't think we'll be able to identify the partners today, but this is very useful. The tape doesn't specify where that meeting will take place, however. We need that final bit, 47. So, We know that Janus is expecting to leave Whittleton Creek via helicopter, and that he's going to meet the Constant at some event. I think it's time to look inside Janus's house for more clues. Good work, 47. We now know Janus is meeting with the Constant at an event related to the Ark Society, and we have an approximate date as well. I think that's all we're going to get.
We're close to the finish line. It's time to end this. The Ark Society. One of Providence's more obscure outfits.
I've heard whispers. A survivalist club for the global elite. Billionaires preparing for a global collapse. And now we know the Constant will attend their next gathering. So where is it?
That's the catch. The report is redacted. No names, no location.
So it's a dead end. I can't track them, not without ICA backup.
Now, I'm no big shot analyst, but it seems to me Janus was the Ark Society's founder, so chances are they'll want to pay their respects in private.
Track the coffin. Worth a shot.
You all right?
It comes back in flashes. Fear, anger, but like it happened to someone else.
Your gift and your curse. What they did to you. Well, I spent a long time feeling guilty about that. Now, I wonder who got the better deal.
Yes. Found something.
What are we looking at?
The ass end of nowhere. But this is where Janus's remains were shipped to. Our choice for a final resting place, wouldn't you say?
Not bad. So we stake it out. Await the next gathering. Then we waltz in and kidnap one of the world's most powerful men. Without ICA backup.
Like I said, it's a long shot.
We'll take it.